Hello divine creators, welcome to Demela Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. It's time for a tarot read. Let us see what's available for us at this time. We trust you're well, beautiful beings. Viatur calaturos talavatries. Caturas talazates. In the middle we have the Four of Pentacles at the center of the read. Within we have the Devil card, Capricorn energy, the Mirror frequency, without we have the Four of Swords, we've got double four on the floor already, grounding, balance, stability. We have the Knight of Swords below, and crowning we have the Two of Swords. And beneath the deck, overall energy, we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. So Source is saying, yes, no matter how things are seeming right now, and you're all having different experiences, a little bit busy, a bit catastrophic for some of you maybe nothingness, silent, almost nothing happening, a little bit in this 0 point space. Twilight zone energy, interesting. We're all at different spaces, and wherever you are, understand it is for the Nine of Cups frequency. It is for wish fulfillment. It is for you to move on. There are certain ways, certain procedures, certain ways of being, certain characteristics, habits, ways of existence of the condition which are being healed and released now in order for you to move on to your ninth cup, right? You've done the Eight of Cups energy, releasing the Eight, releasing everything that doesn't serve you, the good and the bad. And now we're releasing the way that you are in these physical experiences, any way in which you would respond in the conditioned way is being released and healed from you in order for you to be source in those physical experiences. Thus, you are able to receive from the physical experience source, the ninth cup, the new energy. Four of Pentacles in the middle, center, grounding. That's what's happening. You're really being grounded as source in the physical here, more than ever before, meaning you're now as source in all experiences in the physical, and you're not budging from that space. No matter how desperate the situation might be, no matter how confusing, no matter how calamitous, no matter how problematic, no matter how simple, no matter how easy, no matter how fun, no matter how light, whatever it is that you're experiencing, you are to be source in that space. And you are learning uniquely how to release yourself from going back into those learned, conditioned ways of being in these situations, in these experiences. And the more you honor source, and the more you are grounded, and the more you remain as source in all the situations, trust, it's going to lead to a wish fulfillment and to a good outcome. It might not seem it this way while you're in the mess, in the trenches, right here in the physical, experiencing it. It might feel a bit resistant, it might feel a bit intimidating, a bit intense for you to honor your power and own your space in these conversations, in these spaces. But as you do so, Source is saying trust. Yes, it's creating in the unknown, it's creating in a way which you have never created before. It's a whole new way of being, but trust, it leads to a wish fulfillment. This is how you get to your breakthrough, because you need to be source in these experiences in order for you to receive source, the outcome of source. So yes, within we have the mirror frequency. Source is saying yes. This is the lesson of the source frequency right now. In order for the physical to truly honor you, you need to honor. yourself completely. This is Capricorn energy, 10th house energy, that 10 of Pentacles energy, right? Your stability, your destiny, that solid outcome. So how are you being? How are you reflecting? How are you being? What are you reflecting out into the world? Are you source in all experiences, thus you are mirroring source, or are you still operating in the conditions, so you're still restricted? So even though you want to be in your power, is this how you are being in those physical experiences? Listening to the noise, being controlled, being overwhelmed, because you are taking into account all the caterpillar experiences when you're now the butterfly and supposed to be in your power, in your truth, right? As above, below, as within, without. So right now your source healing is to be at source and to allow resonance to be the primary frequency at which you create in. You are doing that which resonates, and you are being source in all spaces. And it's allowing this Four of Swords, a healing. You are to be at ease with what is the mirror frequency. You are source, thus the mirror frequency, which is the physical realm, is now honoring you as source, and you are learning to be at ease with how things are working out. At ease with yourself as source in all these physical experiences, at ease with yourself wherever you are in the space, because remember, you're doing a healing right now. You're coming home to self. You're healing your wounded heart. You're allowing yourself to come into this clarity, this peaceful energy. It's a restoration and an ease of self in this physical realm. You no longer fighting how the physical will respond to you as you are source. You no longer preempting. You no longer people pleasing. You no longer trying to predict and trying to make yourself palatable for these experiences, but rather being in your truth and discovering how the experiences will now be, how they will respond to you, because you're now allowing source to be the foundation of your creative experiences. So this is you trusting yourself to be your truth in those spaces, to be source in those spaces, no matter how tricky it is, no matter how it feels easy for you just to slip into those conditioned practices, those conditioned ways, people pleasing, to, it might seem an easier outcome to just slip back into those habits, to people pleasing, to making people feel better about themselves, those old ways of being. But you're not happy. It causes a splintering of your energy. It causes a disruption to your field. You are now to be source and allow yourself to experience how the physical relates and co-creates and responds to you. And that is what you are now learning. That is what you are to receive. And do not fear what you receive, for now you are learning how the source within you manifests, right? You're seeing finally what you are. Through the physical, you're learning what you are. So don't fear what you are. Don't fear how people respond to you. Don't fear the outcome. How else will you know what you are unless you completely own your frequency? And here below we have the Knight of Swords, because this is you, right? You do not see the motorbike. This is you just following source, following the guidance, saying, source, okay, I hear you say I must go there, but I don't understand. How am I going to get there? It's so far. How am I? And source is saying, just follow, just follow, just follow. As you're following blindly, oh, thank you, led me to this. Okay, this I can use. And source is saying, yes, you are to follow your source, and source will guide you to what you need to get there. But you can't know the motorbike is there. You cannot know. You're just running, just trusting source, and before you know it, oh, okay, I'll use this. And you don't think, oh, but then what if, should I use this? Who is this? Did somebody leave it? Source saying, use the bike, and you just use the bike. So this is you just flowing in the below. This is below. You're just flowing, following the guidance of source. Whatever you're receiving, the Knight of Swords, whatever clarity, understanding, perception you're receiving, you're applying. You're no longer saying, oh, but source, if I do this, then people are, oh, but no, if I act, no, it's like enough excusing not owning my power, enough taking other people into account and giving them power over my expression, enough excusing and giving other people power over me. I am source, we are source, and we now claim our truth. And how other people experience, it's really their thing. And this is you being Two of Swords, crowning in the unknown. You do not know, you cannot see, you have no idea. And Source is saying this is how it's meant to be, because you are creating from new information. So yes, it might be a disaster for some of you around. It might be a huge hurdle. It might be a complication. It might be a contrast. It might be a relationship healing. Or it might be nothing. You're just waiting for something and nothing is really happening. Or it might be a positive experience you're feeling, right? Not everything, not all lessons are in unwanted. Some lessons are in those wanted. So in there, having such a great time, having the best time, and so saying it's time to go, and you're like, what? I just got started sort of saying it doesn't serve you. This type of fun doesn't serve you anymore. It's time for you to move on to something else, and you might not be wanting to do that. You might not be wanting to let go of that Eight of Cups. And Source is saying, that cup, I know it's a great cup, but it has to be released. We're guiding you to something more and better. So you do not know, and you're trying to figure it out. But if I do that, what if? Maybe I'm not grateful. But if, and Source is saying, trust. Don't think. Don't get in the mind. Don't get in the mind. Don't get in the mind. When you're in the mind, trying to figure stuff out, trying to figure out the outcome, trying to understand, you feel lost. You feel confused. You feel bound. Follow your intuition. Follow, follow, follow. Here, below, as above the mind, you cannot see. Below, you're just trusting Source. The Crown Chakra is saying we are empty, we're free, we're open. We don't want to analyze. We just want to be free, able to access and receive information from Source in order for you to then know what next steps next to take, in order for you to trust what you now see, what is now physically manifest for you in the physical, for you to approve of yourself. This is you approving of yourself. It's saying, I approve of the Source I am in this situation. I approve of the Source I am in this relationship, in this conversation. And I also approve of the outcome. I have no idea what the outcome is going to be, but I approve of it because it's born of Source. So I just trust the outcome. I trust my way. I trust the path. I trust the path. You are just being grounded, double four, grounded as Source, at ease with Source. You're no longer betraying your Source frequency. It makes an 8 infinity as within without. You are being crystallized within and allowing the external to show you, to reflect the Source you are stable in, right? And when you do this, as tricky and as laborious as it might feel at this time, or as confusing, or as irrational, or as unrealistic, or whatever excuses you're making, however you're feeling, you just remain in that truth. You're no longer excusing people, but how are people going to react if I express myself this way? Oh, but if I say this, how are they going to feel? Oh, but if I do this, how that... I'm just Source. I'm just Source, and I'm trusting as Source. However they respond is how they respond. However the situation pans out is how it pans out. Whatever this very complex and complicated situation is, which in the past would have had me rattled in anxiety, I'm now just ease, because Source is saying do nothing and just chill. So I'm going to do nothing and I'm going to just chill, and it's going to be fine. And the next step we'll see. And Source says, okay, move there. I'm going to move there. It doesn't make sense to move there. Usually I would move there, but Source says move there, so I'm going to move there. And you are just following Source. You are just being grounded in your truth, following that path, that guidance, without fail, without hesitation, without waver, no matter how other people are responding to you. But you can't do that. But shouldn't you just, maybe you should talk to me. No, no, no. No longer paying attention and listening to people who are not doing the work. I'm done giving power to people not doing the work. I'm done listening to advice to people who are not creating from Source. I'm done creating from the illusion, human expectation. I'm done creating a Source, creating a Source, creating a Source. And look, guess what? Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Closed. The unknown. The unknown. I don't need to see the physical evidence. I don't need the physical support and the physical reassurance. I trust, I trust, I trust. My eyes are closed. I do not see with these eyes, I see with source eyes. I see with source eyes. I see through the power of our frequency. And I make decisions from here. And when you do that, as crazy as the path might seem at this very moment, and trust us when we say we feel you, for things are upside down, inside out. It is the path to that ninth cup. We just have never received a ninth cup like this. You have just never experienced a ninth cup like this. You've never known abundance from source. You've never created from source like this. Trust. This is the path. You are just doing the clearing, the healing. You are releasing. You're releasing. You're releasing even further. Because see how you still doubt source. See how you still are insecure about yourself. See how you still want to shine in every moment. See how you're still watering and making yourself palatable. See how you're still excusing yourself, but I can't do this, I can't clean this, because look at how you are still denying the source you are. You see, you still have work to do. See how you still in this situation feel like you need to appease people. You need to, it's nice, source, this is great, the meditation was great, the cocoon phase was great, but now we're back in reality, so now I need to just, source is saying, you see, you're not ready, you're still learning. You learned all the tools in the cocoon, now apply them. Stop giving power to the physical. Stop giving power to physical people, creating from the illusion. Families, blood families, friends, whatever it is that you have normalized in the illusion, stop giving that power. Stop giving those people power over you being source. Be source, be source, be source, be source, and let everything respond to you as source. Finally, now you're ready for that 2020 vision of abundance and love, because now you're no longer suppressing the source you are and excusing the suppression with whatever, but they're family, but they're friends, but I've known them for so long, but this is what I've always done, but this is work, how will they think of me at work, but this is not life, but then what about the money? But then source is saying, release, just be source. Be source and witness what you create. Be source and witness the source you are. Blessed be.